Hello and welcome to Stage 3 of Fast and Ferrari, where we are racing for the Ferrari 499P. As you can see, I did end up needing some upgrades today, so I didn't need them for this race, but I thought I'd just give you a heads up at the beginning of the stage. There is definitely a race coming up where it's very difficult to do it this way, and it's too early. At this point, like the first 7 upgrades are going to be $M upgrades, and so there's no way you would ever skip with gold versus buying $M upgrades, because that's just crazy. Because $M upgrades are easy to get, $M I should say. Gold is the harder thing to get. Although if you're newer to the game, it feels like gold is easy, but gold becomes the most difficult thing to deal with. So yeah, $M easy to earn. You get the free academy car. Basically, you get paid to go get the car, and then you just run races to earn M, just like anything else in this game. I'm roughing this guy up, getting a little bit nasty here. Tires they wear out more and more and more. I can see what happened to my car here. Switch views in when I feel like I've got a bit of control. Oh, some minor cracks in the window. With some of these cars, the windshield doesn't crack, so I was just curious to see if the windshield would crack. So that's a very clear indicator that I've got damage. I'd say that's stage 1 damage. There wasn't a lot of cracks, but still, that just means that my handling got worse and my speed got worse, my brakes got worse, it all got worse. So, oh well. I mean, it still should be pretty easy, although he's not disappearing. Stay Frosty's kind of staying with me. I'm being careful, of course, with the corners now, because at this point, this is going to be a slippery car. 42% tires, yep, although that was okay. And then I'll reel Stay Frosty in a little bit. I had to get in at least 5th place, and so that's all I'm going to do is 5th place. Don't finish higher than you have to. Make sure you finish high enough. All right. What do we got here? So here's the one I was talking about. Again, miles per hour, but 297.7 kilometers per hour is what you need when you're going across the line. Really, you want to aim for 298. This is where I needed those upgrades. And I almost went grip-related upgrades, but usually you end up needing speed-related upgrades. So it's almost better to overbuy speed. This is a difficult corner. Definitely one of the more difficult corners in the game. For me, any parabolic type corners, don't nitpick. I didn't say parabolica. Parabolic is a term. It's a geometry term. So a parabolic corner. So like parabolica, which is a very wide sweeping corner, those types of corners can be hard to really dial in, because it's like almost like the corner changes shape partway through. So it's interesting. So I found this difficult. Now catching a bit of it's really not where I wanted that car. I wanted to stay on the outside. I did catch some draft though, so that helps. Woo! The annoying thing about this race is lap 1, if you don't have enough speed, you get a fail. But lap 2 and 3, it doesn't necessarily give you a fail till you finish the whole race. So I spent way too much time on this race. I bet you I spent like 20 to 30 minutes. I really should have upgraded sooner. You just never know when it's the hardest race. It would be very rare would it be in stage 3. Usually it's going to be stage 4 or 5. Usually it's the second last or last stage that's the hardest. So here I failed this several times, but this time, woof, yeah. So with the upgrades I've got, I was definitely getting just around 300 at the line, 300 kilometers per hour, which would be, what was it, 163 it wanted me to hit in miles per hour? I think that's what it said. I'm just going off the top of my mind right now. And I'll show you those upgrades at the end of this race, so you can just see exactly what I've got. I believe I did, what was it now? Did I do body, drivetrain, body, and exhaust? Yes. Because they all looked equal. So that's what I did. And, ooh, not a lot to spare. That's scary. Yeah, I bet you that was like 298, just barely 298. Now, this is interesting. I didn't really know. I remember seeing a Ferris wheel, but like there it is. But it's like, well, I don't know where that is relative to the track. And here's one thing I hate about this game. Fuel is never consistent. 100 units of fuel for one lap? Like last special event, we would get like 20 units of fuel for multiple laps. So I don't like this because I don't know what it means. Like, yeah, I was just going to see here, control options. I'm surprised they let you choose tilt A. They shouldn't do that. Coasting should be your only option here. So I didn't want to coast too much. This is my first and only attempt at this race. So I'm doing just a little bit of coasting, and then I thought, you know what? I don't know how much time I've got. Maybe I should just keep the pedal to the metal, because I knew it was going to be the Grand Prix circuit. It wasn't going to be East Circuit. So I thought, yeah, I'm not going to do a lot of coasting. Like, obviously I did a little bit there. Not much, though. And I just thought, yeah, I better keep the pedal to the metal, because if I get the Ferris wheel in sight, then I could slow down. Like, if I got lots of time on the clock, I can just stop. But this seems dicey. Like, I got a little over 30 seconds to go, and I mean, it's got to be at either the last corner or somewhere near the start-finish line. I just don't remember where. Fuel's winding down very fast. Yeah, I wish they would just... Well, okay, you can't standardize fuel because every car is different, but there's no way a car like this is going to use, like, substantially more fuel than some other cars we have in the game, like a Bugatti. That's going to use more fuel. Okay, there's the Ferris wheel, and I've got almost no time and almost no fuel. But, oh gosh. Okay, well, I guess you just go for it. Okay, finish each lap in 1 minute 30 seconds without going off track, yada yada. Sometimes there is off track allowed. I did test this. You do get some off track allowed. I did find this a little bit touchy, so you can abuse some off track. That wasn't actually off track. But you get maybe a second and a half. I actually forget how much it was. The easiest thing for you to do, drive off track the first time when you get to this race and just see about how much time it was. I think it was 1.5 seconds is what it felt like. So I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to really push it off the start here. And minute 30. Now that last race, I started from a dead stop. So a minute 30 seems really daunting until you consider that we were starting from a dead stop. So now you want to get by this guy pretty quickly. I'm going to try to grind him a little bit. Come on, guy. There you go. You hit the brakes. If you grind someone like that while you're passing them, they'll nail the brakes. And Hoodoo Voodoo. That's actually a harder bot. Is it? Hoodoo Voodoo? I don't know. I don't think that was a super low level bot. It's interesting how they're seeming to randomize the bots once in a while. Like, I was very surprised at that one race where I had Dr. Periwinkle on the hardest bots, and then the next race it was fine. So that's kind of strange. Haven't seen Dr. Periwinkle since. No, okay, Hoodoo Voodoo's not that high in the list, because Keed 07, that's definitely a little bit lower as far as bots go. Okay, so 107, 108, 110, I got 20 seconds left. Wow, it's kind of interesting. I'm using pretty standard braking points, I guess. So here, that I did abuse a little bit of off track. There, a tiny bit of off track. I think I probably only spent a quarter to half a second. So I've got more to spend if I need to. Let's see here. 1.5 seconds to spare. I don't even think I had to do that then. Okay, so we're getting up through the field here. Speedy. Oh, Speedy's a little bit of a higher bot, though. Huh. Interesting. And there's nothing I can do to slow them down now, because I'm definitely below recommended PR. So at this point, all I can do is maintain what I've got. Grind you a little bit. Porsche 963. See, you can tell he really hammered on those brakes, because he was fast, and then suddenly he's slowing down. A little hop there. You got to watch that corner. If you're turning really hard when you hit that, you can end up spinning, doing a 180 in the air. It's kind of funny, actually. A racer. Oop. Well, didn't take that corner very well. Kind of got they didn't have my breath there for Mr. Eraser. Okay. Well, we're doing okay. Catch some draft from this guy. I was a little bit concerned earlier in this event. I thought there was no draft enabled, but then I found out, no, there's draft. I just wasn't in the right spot. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I don't think I'm going to have to do any cutting. Yeah, because I've got a very comfortable lead. In fact, I could reel. Ooh, I overbrake. I was braking a bit late. 10 seconds to go. Okay, I'm comfortable. So I could let a racer catch up a little bit, but you know what? Let's just finish this. Oh, and that was a really good finish. A little bit better than lap 1. All right, well, please like, please subscribe. Check out the other videos. Whole series is coming up here. And see you out there on the track. Bye-bye now.